Hi friends, Evolving Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for following along with our collection journey. So as you can see, today we are going to be opening the new set Scarlet and Violet Destined Rivals. And I do have in front of me an Elite Trainer box. It's already been ripped a little bit, and I'll talk about that in a second, but we are going to just do the ETB today. I feel like it's a good news, bad news story. I'm recording this the day after release, and so I have my kind of release day experiences to talk about as we get into this product. But it is exciting that we have Destined Rivals at all, in part because I was not able to put in any pre-orders for this product, for this set. I did that with Journey Together, and so I felt pretty confident with Journey Together that I didn't have to go crazy on release day because I had stuff guaranteed. But that is not the case with this set. I was not able to get pre-orders in, so we open this up. We do have the player's guide if you haven't seen this product before. The player's guide, a lot of people like this because it's going to break down a little bit about some new mechanics in the set as far as the TCG goes. And then for what a lot of collectors like is it does have a complete card list if you kind of get toward the back here. So if you do want to see pictures, some people use this to keep track of their cards if they're working on a master set. So you can check it out, but it is just kind of fun to see. And of course, you can get this information online as well, but you can see all the cards and keep track of your collection. So we do have that here as part of this product, and then we will open up. It is, a lot of people are really liking the design with the Team Rockets R with Giovanni and Mewtwo, and then of course inside the ETB you get some standards items that come with these. Now it is cool because you do get the promo card. We'll come back to that in one second. You get the card sleeves specific to this set, which you can see a lot of people I think will probably like these as card sleeves go. This is just a brick of, not technically a brick, it's just a package of energy cards. And then here you get the dice. The dice that with the R on it, that's going to be pretty cool. I think they got away from putting the symbol, so it's kind of cool that they brought that back. And then the condition markers there. And then we'll dig in here. We will open these packs. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs of the new set. And we will get into those in one second. So last thing here is we'll open this. Hopefully it's pretty easy to open. Be careful. I might grab my scissors here off to the side. We'll just cut across. I don't want to damage the promo card. Now this promo is not going to be anywhere near as valuable as the Pokemon Center variant, which only comes in the exclusive Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. Those these days are almost impossible in my experience, even if you're kind of on the ball and able to jump in the queue. Although it was a little bit different with the next set, Black Bolt and White Flare. We'll talk about that when the time comes. But I was not able to get any Elite Trainer box from the Pokemon Center for this set. But you can see this is the Black Star promo number 203. Team Rockets Wobbuffet, and so this will go in the promo binder, which is great. You've got the 4 dividers and the code card for the ETB. So that's the stuff we get inside. And then again, we have these 9 packs that we're going to open. This is even just kind of a cool, the box, this red. I feel like the quality of these boxes really declined starting in the Sword and Shield era, so they're kind of, for me, less of a collector's item. I do actually have a complete set of ETB boxes all the way back to the beginning, which are pretty cool. But anyway, as far as getting my hands on this product, I really wasn't sure, even as of a few days ago, if I was going to have any Destined Rivals to open for the channel. Like I said, I was not able. GameStop, where I've done pre-orders in the past, they weren't doing pre-orders for this set. I have one local game store that does pre-orders, but they sold out almost immediately, and I just missed it, even though I had the tab open. But you just have to be lucky, I guess, and paying attention, and maybe if you're one of the first people to find out. All right, nothing there. We haven't had, okay, there's a double rare, so we did get a hit in our first pack. Double rare. I feel like hit rates, I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist about hit rates. I'm assuming they're going to be very similar for this set as they have been in past sets, recent past sets anyway, where a double rare, 1 in 5 or 6 packs, ultra rares and illustration rares, roughly 1 in every like 12 to 15 packs. And then SIR is about 1 in every 2 booster boxes, and then Hyper Rare is about 1 in every maybe 100 packs or so, give or take on some of those. But those are where we've been, and I feel like there's probably no reason for them to adjust those. Oh, special energy, that is cool. So anyway, I did not have pre-orders in, And so I wasn't sure how it would go. I did call around the day before, and I actually did have one local game store with whom I have a good relationship. And they were willing to set a few things aside for me, just kind of informally, which was really nice of them. It wasn't a formal pre-order. And I'll give a shout out to some of these card stores. This particular ETB was not set aside for me. I just showed up on Friday and waited in line. It wasn't a very long line. I got there a few minutes after they opened, and I figured there would be some demand, but probably not like Prismatic Evolutions style demand. I figured that if I got there at opening, that I should have a good chance of getting something, and I did. They limited it to one SKU per. Each person could get only one item of each SKU, but they could get all the items potentially. Although the 3-pack blisters, the 2 variants are still the same SKU, so they were allowing. There's nothing there. They were allowing one 3-pack blister, one single-pack blister, one ETB, one booster box. They were giving booster boxes, and they have a policy which I like. Again, even though they didn't do pre-orders and they wouldn't set anything aside for me specifically, they do have this policy that they'll rip it and charge MSRP, which is really nice. I mean, that's the thing which we'll talk about. I got another ETB at a different card store, the one that was nice enough to set it aside, but they were charging more like market price for it. So even though I got one, which is better than nothing, I guess, but then I did have to pay. So that's an interesting question. Like, would you pay, I think it was $80. Would you pay $80 for this? If it would guaranteed you one versus waiting in line or just hoping to get lucky at Target or Walmart. So anyway, I did have some luck at opening. I'm going to talk about, the products as I go, but the reason, hey, there's our first hit. It is an illustration rare Team Rocket Spy Ops. That is a cool card. It is the single gold star. So that's our second hit. So we're going to keep moving. I am running out of storage, my phone tells me. I'm always up against it on my phone. So hopefully we have enough to get through all these packs. Maybe I'll move a little quicker. But anyway, so this ETB was already, the plastic was ripped. They do it carefully, of course, with an X-Acto knife, but you kind of got that option when you showed up. You could keep it sealed, but if you kept it sealed, then they would charge you market price. And if you ripped it for all the products, so they would rip all the products, including the booster box. The ones with the plastic on the outside are a little easier. And I suppose technically you could still sell the packs inside, but I appreciate they're at least making that extra layer so that you can't just turn around and resell. And I was disappointed. Of course, upon release, I always go on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace in my area, and it's just predictable now that like here's half a dozen or even more like ETBs popping up. So people who were able to get, it's hard to know if they just like had a chance to get more than one. They kept, bought one to open and then they were reselling the rest, if they just bought 2 and they're reselling one, or if they bought 10 and they're reselling them all, I don't know. But it's just disappointing that just immediately upon release, I'm really always tempted to message those people and just say they're part of the problem. That I get, like, if you want to buy something and keep it sealed and put it in your, like, your closet for future, that's fine. But I feel like to turn around literally within 24 hours and try to resell it, you're just scalping. And even if you are a collector as well, even if you bought one to open, if you had a chance to buy more than one and you bought them and you're just flipping one or more than one, that's really disappointing. So 2 more packs to open. This is our first Destined Rivals opening. I've got, like I said, for not having any pre-orders, I ended up, after release day, having quite a bit of product. Now, I did have to visit multiple stores. And again, I had one store that set some things aside for me. Another store hadn't set anything aside for me, but they did let me buy a booster box, which was really nice because I don't know that they do that for the general public. I'll give these stores shout outs when I open the products that I got from their store. But this particular product, this was not, again, a specialty set aside. I just got there and waited in line. But again, I sort of ended the day. And actually, on top of that, I had luck at several game stores. Again, it wasn't so crazy that there wasn't product at all, so I felt pretty good about that. And then I actually stopped at Walmart the day before release and found only the sleeve booster packs, but I did find those on the store shelves. So that is the first time in many sets that I found any product at a big box store. So that was pretty exciting. All right, we're down to our last cards. Man, we did not maybe do, I guess this is what we would expect. I don't know. We got 2 double rares and an illustration out of 9 packs. That's probably what we would expect. It's a little underwhelming. You would hope for a little bit better luck. But I suppose this is actually what we ought to expect out of 9 packs. 2 double rares and one something nicer than a double rare. That's probably standard. You always hope. We had a really good luck with Journey Together pulling the Lily's Clefairy EX out of our first few packs, so we can't expect that. So anyway, this is our first Destined Rivals opening. We are definitely going to be spending a lot of time with this set, opening a lot of this set, since it seems like I can get access to it. And then also we will be building our binder. Our Valdex binder has been pre-ordered, and we're just going to wait. It's going to get here in late June, so we'll be able to put that together and show you later on as well. So we're going to work on this master set. Thanks for following along. Good luck out there. Hopefully you can have better luck with Destined Rivals than you did with Journey Together or Prismatic. I feel like it's out there. At least we had some luck, so we'll see if the problem has been solved by Pokemon or not. But anyway, thanks for watching. We have more videos coming soon.